Welcome, Sadhakas. Our urge is to be parallel with Vedic systems. Vedas in finished form have reached at an organization as of 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, and Atharveda. Rig Veda has 21 branches. Yajurveda has 101 branches, Samveda has 1000 branches, and Atharveda has 9 branches. The number value 1000, Shahastra, is of transcendental code value parallel with the transcendental code value of Anant, infinitely infinite. As such, we Sadhakas, fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems, shall sit comfortably and visit interlocked artifices of numbers in the context of number value 100. Let me make a statement. Sadhakas for comprehensive view of Vedic systems processing steps. Each one of us shall reach a transcendental code value dictionary. This will help us reach at sathapatya format. With this reach, the values of sankhya nishta and yoga nishta will help us to be parallel with the interlocked artifices of values and synthesis of dimensional frames accepting unified format. Today in this session, we are focusing upon some features of the interlocked artifices of values in reference to the text of Ganita sutras and upsutras, and in the context of scriptural text of Gita. Let us, first of all, have a view of primes up till 1000. The table 1 on the computer screen and lists in column 2 the primes up till the range mentioned in column 1. The primes up till 100 are 25 and primes up till 101 and 200 are 21. And this sequence 25, 21, 16, 14, 16, 14, 16, 16, 16, 14 takes us the total summation value 168. Let us have a pause. The primes numbers are 25, 21, 16, and 14. The number value 14 is the summation value of the 4 folds of hypercube of 4, the representative regular body of creator space. Number value 16 is parallel with the value of the dimensional frame of 4 space, quadruple spatial dimensions, manifest dimensional frame for 4 space of value 16. And value 21 is the summation value 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is parallel with the format of hypercubes 1 to 6, the representative regular bodies of 1 to 6 space, the format which is at the base of Shad Chakras format of human frame itself. And value 25 is the value of Buddhi, Vishnu, Prithvi, and Bhuma. Value 25 is the first triple-digit number value of 5-place value system. Now see the interrelationship, interlocking of these values and way these values have been made basis of the organization of Vedic knowledge itself. Let me illustrate further. Let us visit Ganita sutras. The letters of Ganita upsutras are 236. Letters of Ganita sutras are 283. The difference is 47. Factors up till 47 are 99. Factors up till 99 are 236. Factors up till 117 are 283. The difference value of 117 and 99 is 18. The total chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita are 18. Shlokas of chapter 1 of Gita are 47. Gaps values of the shlokas, punctuation of the text of 700 shlokas of Gita is 284, which is 283 plus 1, the working rule of Ganita Sutra 1, one more than before, ekadikein purvain. Now, let us have a further intense visit to this data, this information, this organization features. Let us visit the punctuation gaps of the text of Gita. Gita is a scripture of 700 shlokas. These have been punctuated as 18 chapters, and in column 2 are mentioned the number of each chapter. Chapter 1 as of 47 shlokas, chapter 2 of 72 shlokas, and at the end, chapter 18 as of 78 shlokas. Now see the cyclic order. The difference between 78 and 47 is 31. Difference between 72 and 43 is 25, 43 and 39. And this difference value, as this difference value is, deserves to be visited. Here in the table, there is one mistake, and it is that at chapter 4, the number of shlokas mentioned are 39, while in fact these are 42. And so the gap value is 1. 43 minus 42 is 1. See, the column 2 gives the shlokas of each chapter of Gita. Column 3 gives the difference value, and column 4 makes the summation values. And at the end, for all the 18 chapters, it comes to be 284, which is one more than 283, the total number of letters of the text of Ganita Sutras. Let us proceed ahead. Now, we know that Ganita Sutra 10, Yavdunam, deficiency, and Ganita Upsutra 6, Yavdunam, Tavdunam, deficiency, and further equal deficiency. Now, the values 10 and 6 take us to the transcendental code value of das is equal to dash, and transcendental code value of shat as well as das. And the difference is 4. And this difference 4 in the context of 6 comes to be 6 space as a domain and 4 space as a dimension. Anyway, let us proceed further and see how this rule, Yavdunam, which reaches the gaps of the 2 consecutive chapters, shlokas of Gita, and Yavdunam, Tavdunam, which reaches at the further equal deficiency within those range. Now see, we have a chapter, last chapter 78 and first chapter 47, the difference is 31. However, the further deficiency of 31 from 47 will take us to the value 16. Here again, there is a mistake in the table. It should be 16. And if we reach at the deficiency absolute values as are tabulated, then it will take us to value 197. And the value 197 is the value which is taking us to the 7 streams flow from the orb of the sun, manifesting as southern hemisphere itself. We will come to it. These are further detailed blissful features of this organization. But here today, as we are restricting ourselves to interlocked artifices. So let me proceed further with the next table, the table 5. And this table, as it is, when it is not taken as an absolute value, but the actual value, then this actual value differences as are given in the last column, in this column 4, and summation value in the last column, it takes us to value 126. And value 126 is 6 multiplied by 21. Let us have a pause. We had seen the total primes up till 1000 are 168, which is 8 multiplied by 21. And this actual deficiency, which is further deviated, compensated, reached at Tavdunam. This takes us to, in the context of Gita, as minus 126. It is 6 space dimensional frame of opposite orientation. Here itself as well, we know the 8 space splits into 6 space and 6 space, the pair of dimensions like that. And in the reverse orientation, we can see that minus 8 space will create minus 6 space and minus 6 space. So these again are the features to which we will be blissfully attending. But here, for the present, we are proceeding further to see if instead of the negative values, we take the absolute values difference, then this difference values of deficiencies within the gaps of the punctuations of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it will lead us to 274. Now, we have taken 3 different situations how the sutra Yavduna and Tavduna will applied and is to be applied and is to be availed. Let me proceed further in the context of interlocked artifices. Now, the formulation Gita as a word leads to the values for its folds. And these values for its folds, as these are mentioned in column 3. It is one word, so value 1. These are 2 syllables, so value 2. There are 4 letters, so value 4. Transcendental code value of Gita is 13. And then the transcendental flow, 20, 4 into 5. And then the pronouncing frequency, 93. Then the formulation, 48. Then sathapatya body, it is 44. Transcendence range is 105. And the synthesis transcendence range 223, making it the total value 553. See, if 553 is the dimension, then domain will be 555. And this is equal to Brahma Sutra Scriptures Shlokas number. 555 are the Shlokas Scripture Brahma Sutra. So we are observing as that these interlocked artifices are ultimately taking us to the interrelationship between different scriptures, and also the same is also taking us to sathapatya, the dimensional frames format. Let me proceed ahead. Now the word formulation Gita, for its inner 10 folds as Varna, Ank, Sathapatya, Bahir, Madhya, Antrik, Salokya, Samipya, Sarupe, Sayujya, and Swambhu. These in column 4 are in the context of Gita, and in column 5 is the context of these very word formulation, the Varna, 5, Ank, 13, sathapatya 22, bahir 12, madhya, and this is continuing. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems have to be parallel with 10 folds of transcendental code value of Gita and also with the 10 inner folds of the Gita. Now, these 20 values will make us blissfully parallel with the Vedic systems. Now, the 10 internal folds, as have been tabulated in the previous table, now lead to the summation value 715. And this value 715 is 15 more than the total number of shlokas. And the text of Gita is having 59 uvachas, while Urma Bhartam, from which this scripture has been segregated, enlightens us that the knowledge of the Gita of 700 shlokas is enlightenment of 745 shlokas. The difference value comes to be 14, and so 15 minus 14 is equal to 1. Take us to Ekadike, Purve, one more than before. One may have a pause here, one shall sit comfortably, and one shall permit the transcending mind to be parallel with these interlocked artifices features, as these are made basis of organization of knowledge of Vedas and Vedic scriptures. Let us proceed ahead. The entire Vedic literature is availing Devanagari alphabet format. Now, Devanagari alphabet format accepts Vedic code value which are on the table. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with the Vedic processing systems shall be parallel with these code values for individual letters of the Devanagari Varnamala. One may have a pause here and take note that these values in fact are attached only to the consonants. However, the code is a transcendental code which is attached to different sutras and to different upsutras. On the table is the enlistment of frequency occurrence of different Devanagari alphabet letters in the text of Ganita sutras. Step ahead, the table is of frequency of occurrence of different letters of Devanagari alphabet in the text of Ganita upsutras. And finally, we are reaching a table which is about the frequency of different letters of the Devanagari alphabet having their occurrence in the combined text of Ganita sutras and upsutras. It is this which will help us appreciate as that if we want to enter Vedic mathematics domain, then we have to be parallel with these interlocked artifices with the Devanagari alphabet letters on the one hand and with the dimensional frames on the other hand. Once we will be parallel with these features, then we feel that we can be blissfully along the format of Vedic mathematics, science and technology. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled in intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic mathematics, science and technology discipline one shall be, first of all, to be parallel with interlocked artifices of numbers. Thank you very much.